So thank you so much for joining us today. And here we're just gonna get on to getting, because this is pretty darn easy to make. I start with 2 cups of elbows, not people elbows, but pasta elbows. See, 2 cups of them I cooked up in this pot, and then I drained it, okay? See how it's still hot? And so I'm gonna put this here. Actually, I'm gonna put it over here. And I'm gonna put a half a stick of butter. Remember, I used my 2 cups of dried macaroni and I boiled it like the directions say. And then I'm gonna put this butter in here. And let me be honest, you could put way more butter in there. That is between you and the Lord, okay? So put that in there and get it all melty. Basically, at this point, it's just buttered noodles. The more butter, the better. Don't worry about your cholesterol. You can worry about that when you're dead, okay? Nice and salty. When I make my noodles, I like to put a whole bunch of salt in the water. That way, you can be assured at least you have a base layer of salty goodness. If you don't like salt or if you don't use salt, don't worry about it, okay? You calm down. Anyway, P.S. if this is not the way that you make mac and cheese, that is certainly okay. We've all got a lot of different ways that we do things, and that's what's so fun is we can sit together and enjoy each other's differences. It's like you sitting at my counter, and I'm so happy to have you here, so thank you for being here. Anyway, so there you go. Okay, so to this, I'm gonna get that butter all melted down in there real good and get it coating in the noodles. I've got what I'm gonna guess is about a 9x9 casserole dish here. Don't look at it, don't judge me because it's messy. Put all that buttery goodness in there. Oh, butter. Anyway, get that all melted down in there. Probably should have done that beforehand, but I didn't think of it, so don't worry about it, okay? I'm gonna put all this together because this is my pot, my saucepan that's got the little drainy lid. I cooked it up, drained it real good, put some butter in there, letting that melt. Now here's the ticket. You're like, hey Kristen, what about your proportions? This is a pound of elbows. Not people elbows, but pasta elbows. This is a pound. Inside that pound of elbows is about 4 cups of dried macaroni. If you cook all of that, pay attention, 4 cups of dried macaroni is in one of these. So if you cook all of it, 1 cup of half and half per cup of dried macaroni and cheese. 1 egg per cup of dried macaroni and cheese. 1 cup of delicious cheese per cup of dried macaroni and cheese. I'm just now seeing there's a fly in my kitchen, and I'm certainly hoping that it's not gonna come land in my mac and cheese and publicly humiliate me and my whole family. Thank you for watching. Okay, now that we got, and P.S. you can put a whole bunch more butter in there if you want to. Get it all mixed in there real good. All that deliciousness. I got 2 cups of dried noodles that I have cooked up, and I'm letting that butter get all in there real good. You can put a whole stick in there if you want to. Is that, eat it if it falls out before anyone else gets to it, okay? Before it gets on the floor and the dog gets it. Okay? Anyway, watch me. I got my little 2-cup measuring thing here. I'll bust the egg up in there. Try not to get any shells, but if you do, that's fine because there's just a little bit of extra crunchiness. Oops. Shh. Shh. I'm a chef, okay? Okay, put that there. Wash your own nasty hands because you touched raw eggs and nobody wants to get salmonella, okay? That's right, I said salmonella. P.S. if you're just joining us and you're like, what are we making here? We're making Southern style macaroni and cheese. Well, what's different from Southern style macaroni and cheese? Well, you see what we're doing here? We're not making a cream sauce. We're using an egg-based something that my mama used to make for us when I was little, or so I thought, until I called her a little while ago, and she was like, I don't remember. And I was like, what else don't you remember? Are you even my mother? So anyway, got 2 eggs in here. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little salt up in here because I just like to salt things. And the one thing that you don't want, hold on, let me get rid of this notification here. Beep boop. The one thing that you don't want is to show up at somebody's house with your macaroni and cheese that tastes like hot trash because you forgot to put salt in it. Get those eggs done up real good. I love to beat eggs. It's one of my favorite hobbies. Remember, this is going to be an egg-based mac and cheese. And when I tell you, this is how you do it, this is how you do it. Now, you may like a cream. Some people make a cheese sauce, do a roux and all that good stuff. Okay, that's awesome. That's a different way to make mac and cheese. This is how we do it in my family, or so I thought. Okay, we're gonna put, remember, 1 cup of half and half per cup of dried macaroni and cheese. We got 2 cups of dried mac and cheese here. Clearly it gets a lot bigger. 2 eggs, because we put 1 egg per cup. 1 of everything. Half and half, cheese, egg. 1 per cup of dried mac and cheese. Does that make sense? I hope so. Anyway, this is half and half. And I posted this on my supporter page earlier, and I said, hey, you got to use half and half. And some people from across the way, like in the UK, were like, hey, what's half and half? If you don't know what half and half is, that's okay. It is half milk, usually whole milk, and half cream. So it's basically just globs of delicious fatty goodness that's not good for your heart. Okay, but don't worry about that because you can worry about that later. I'm going to put 2 cups in on top of that. Just a little bit more because we got the eggs in there. And I'm going to stir that up real good. That's one of my favorite things, to stir egg type things, okay? Well, thank y'all for watching, and thank you so much for those stars. Chris and Emily, look at the window. What's wrong with it? Is there someone there? Can you see things out there? Is someone like a ghost or something? Anyway, okay, don't talk about ghosts because it makes me... Don't worry about it. Let's just call this my grandma's mac and cheese recipe since my mom, I'm pretty sure, lied about it. So I'm going to put this right in here once it's stirred up good. Watch this. Dump it right in. This is so easy. We got 2 cups of half and half, 2 eggs, 2 cups of half and half, and I'm gonna put, inside this package is 2 cups of cheese. Now, I know I said this, but I was lying because you just need to put in however much cheese you want. Maybe get a bigger pot. And stir it in there real good. This is fine. It'll be fine. Probably needed a bigger pot, but don't worry about it. Don't let them see you sweat. Don't let them see you sweat, okay? And I'm not sweating. You should have been here earlier during that supporter live that I was alluding to, whereas the oven caught on fire. It didn't technically catch on fire, but smoke started coming out everywhere. But did I lose my cool? No, because I'm a chef. And us chefs, we don't lose our cool. Stir all that cheese down in there. And then look at it and be like, wow, you know what? That's not enough cheese. So get some more cheese. And if you want after that, get some more cheese and some more cheese. It's about another cup, half a cup, let's say. We got 2 cups of cooked, dried macaroni noodles. We got 2.5 cups of cheese. We got 2 cups of half and half, and we have 2 eggs so far.
Do you need a bigger bowl to stir?
No, I think I got it. And do that and mix that in there real good. But you know what I might need is just a little bit more cheese because I love a piece of cheese. And stir that in there real good because what we're trying to do, see, is get all that liquid egg and milk mixture all down into those noodles. You get that cheese all mixed in there. Cheese. Triple cheddar. Was that a mistake? Trip Chad. This is Trip Chad. It's 3 different kinds of cheddar cheese, which I'm sure is just like mild and white and sharp or whatever, dull, I don't know. Put some more in there. Don't worry about measuring. When it comes to cheese and garlic, you let your heart feel it, okay? Don't worry more about looking at it. Just put your hands in there. Oh, you know what? My heart is so full right now. I felt it with my heart. See, I didn't have to look at it with my eyes because this is how you cook. You feel it with your heart, especially when it comes to cheese and when it comes to garlic, okay? So just put that, I know that's plenty. Perfect, okay? Who do you see? Y'all quit. Quit. Tara, come shut the blinds. Apparently there's a stranger and staring in the window. I'm just kidding. Anyway, stir that all up real good. Get it mixed in there. Don't worry about it. Oh, that's just flipping out everywhere. Don't worry. And now you're like, oh my God, you're eating raw egg. You're going to die. No, I'm not. But if I do, hey, I wasn't happy. Huh? Okay. Take this. Do you see how easy this is? Put this in here. Oops, forgot to spray it. Spray it. I don't know why. Just to make your mama feel better. Okay, and just dump this right in here. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, that's a lot too. Okay, that's fine. But a little too much. No. Don't worry about it. This is what happened when I did my last one. One thing, pro tip. Make sure you don't put too much in there like I have done here, because what happens is it'll bubble. And when it bubbles, it comes out of the pan and it lands on the floor of your oven and it creates a bit of smoke, blah, blah, blah. And everyone gets scared, like, oh my God, what have you done? You've set the house on fire. No, I haven't. No one died. Okay? Make sure your cheese is mixed in there real good. Now listen, here's the last step. You see what's going on here is dry, because I haven't put enough half and half in it. See how it's just sitting there like that? What we gotta do is, now this is sad, but don't worry, because it ain't gonna feel it. Just put some more in there, okay? Okay? Put that in there, and just watch what I do. See how there's little holes sticking up? Just push them, push them down until the bubbles stop coming up, okay? It's fine, they don't feel it. They don't feel it. But you want to get all that creamy, eggy goodness down in there into those noodles, so when it cooks, it's all up in there, okay? So you're gonna see what happens here in a second. See? Get it all soaked down in there good. Can you see that? That looks pretty good, like it ain't gonna come hopping out of there. Shake it around a little bit. Beautiful. Get, okay. And we're gonna put this into a 375-degree oven until it's done. Well, Kristen, what does that mean? I'll tell you, and I'm gonna show you, so you hang on. Would you look at this? Just so happen to have one that's already cooked, see? Now what happened here was I cooked this about a half hour ago. It mostly smoked more so than it did cook. But then Tara got up in here and she was like, ooh, let me get a bite of that. Am I already done? Yeah. And I told her she couldn't have a bite of it because number one, I needed it to look pretty, but then it didn't really look pretty anyway. So this is the difference between a Southern style casserole like mac and cheese and your old creaminess that you make with a cheese sauce. Hang on, let me get a plate. All right, Grandma's Pyrex dish is what you should cook it in, because it'll just make it taste better. See how it's like that? It's kind of solid, so you can almost make like slices with it, see? Do that like that. The edges, please be pretty. Please be pretty so I can show them something pretty. Now this, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. I don't care what it tastes like, it's beautiful. Who cares what it tastes like, right? This is what that looks like. See, there's that eggy goodness in there, and you're like, gross. It's got eggs. Like, does it taste like eggs? No. It tastes like delicious mac and cheese. With all that butter and that half and half. Look at that. Ooh, that's good. See there? That is how you make a Southern style macaroni and cheese. Don't forget, it may not be how you make mac and cheese, and I love to hear your tips and tricks, but don't you tell me there's something wrong with my mac and cheese, because this is my mama's mac and cheese. And if you tell me something's wrong with my mama's mac and cheese, you basically tell me something's wrong with my mama. I'm just kidding. I found it wild. This is how you do it. Oh. Anyway, oh yeah. Come taste it, Tara. Come taste it.
Well, I already know it's good at.
Oh, she already tasted it. So this part would be like, but come in here and act like you haven't tasted it and do one of those things like they do on cooking shows with like on an infomercial, and they're like, oh my God. You know when the crowd starts going wild. Here, come here. Okay, you ready? Okay. That's a big bite. Do that now. Or just take it. Hold on. Okay. Oh, that's good. So your family, come in just real quick. You look adorable.
So
Y'all from South Dakota, how did
Yeah.
y'all make mac and cheese? Like this?
Yeah.
How did you do it? With that cheese sauce?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Everybody has their own way of doing things. You know what my mama says? It takes all kinds of people to make this world go round. Don't forget. Taste your mac and cheese before you let other people have it to make sure it's got enough salt and it's got enough pepper. I also put pepper in this one and I forgot to mention that.
That's good.
I'm so sorry. Just hold on 1 second. Anyway, that's how it looks.
It's definitely different from
See?
mac and cheese that I grew up on.
Yep. See, you can fork
It
it.
takes all kinds.
Mm-hmm. How pretty it is. See,
It's good.
when you show up somewhere to eat and that's what the mac and cheese looks like, you better get after it because it's going to be good. So that is how. Thank you so much for donating to Second Harvest Food Bank of Metro Atlanta. Y'all know. Hey, now quit. Y'all know how I feel about that, so thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. She's trying to show her mom's mac and cheese. Oh, see, that's what I was saying. And one thing that I think is very important to remember, if you came to someone's house, ever cover the top in cheese before baking? I could certainly do that. That would look good too. If you come over to someone's house and they're making something special just for you, you don't want to ever sit there and be like, that's not how you do it. You say, oh, thank you, because you're making it just for me. That's why it's so special. It's so wonderful. And I'm so glad you're able to be here and see the way that my mom and my family makes mac and cheese. So, P.S. I forgot to say, put it in there on 375 for like 30 or so minutes. I covered it for the most part, but I'm going to be honest, this is a little unusual because the oven caught on fire. Not really, but you know, it all spilled out and then got real smoky in the whole house and everybody was screaming and yelling. The smoke detectors didn't go off and blah, blah, blah. So just put it in there until it's done. You can also take the top off a little earlier. See, I cooked it with the top on, just make sure it don't dry out. Put some cheese on it and let that get good and browned up. And you've got you a nice casserole of mac and cheese, Southern style, okay? So that's how we do it. Thank you so much, Debbie Frazier, for donating. I'm hungry for mac and cheese. Jenny, you better get it so you can go make it yourself. It's super, super easy. It doesn't take but like maybe, let's see, 45 minutes tops from the time to boil the noodles to mix all that stuff up. You could also put chicken stuffing on top of it. You can put all kinds of stuff up in here. Can we see Tara's mac and cheese next, please? Can you go pull out your mac and cheese?
I think I have any.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Top right. That's Tara's mac and cheese. That's how she does it. I mean, if that's your thing too. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Your mac and cheese is your mac and cheese, okay? Anyway. Thank y'all so much for watching. And we got what? You know what? I think I'm going to do some more cooking videos this week to make some more of my things that Mom told me that she made while I was growing up, but then it turns out that she lied. Maybe we'll do pea salad. Maybe we'll do mac and cheese again because it's pretty darn good. Okay? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Happy Sunday. I hope your weekend has been great. I hope your week is even greater. Hot dog, hallelujah, and hooray. Bye now. Keziah says, is the recipe listed somewhere? I'm gonna put it in the caption on this video. So look in the caption, okay? Bye now.